Evening, Rev. Quay, 6:11 p.m. West Coast time. It's still the 13th of July, 2024, Saturday. We were John C. Roseman, California. I tried staying around with the chats, but I couldn't do it. I mean, I was going to stay there until I was seeing the news reports and they're going over it again and again and again and again. The visualizations were just enough. I wasn't hearing anything much. Everyone else is trying to get the news of what happened. I saw what happened. I knew something like this was going to hit, Rev. I had a feeling something like this was going to hit when eventually. I'm like, holy crap, what the hell is going on? I mean, I could use a lot of language on this one, and I know the independents are going to have a field day on this one. You know what I said earlier in my other videos concerning about chum in the water? Somebody just tossed a live corpse into the water, bloodied up, and now everybody's having a feeding frenzy on this damn shit. I, I'm, if I was going to be released sadistic at this point over here, I probably would have been happy and smiling about this one. I'm not. I know he's going to come back, and he's going to be a lot more angrier, and he's going to be using fiery vitriol at this point. I was going to be watching some stuff dealing with um, democracy, dealing with government, dealing with the power of the press. I know I wasn't about to refer it over to the West Wing series. I was going to be referring things over to the newsroom. In the first episode, the pilot, where you had Jeff Daniels playing the character William McAvoy talking about America not being the greatest country in the world. And there was a lot of things that he was lamenting, and I was thinking, he's hitting us right now as it is. This series was done about a decade and some change ago. My family watched it. I got the DVD series somewhere. My brother and I were watching it. We would talk about it with mom when she was able. At least I think so. And there was a lot of things I watched in the show, and mostly it was, personal interactions with each other on that one. But it was also around certain news things happening. But this, see something in reality time hidden. I was just going to take a nap. My little dog was finally settled down. She was going insane. She finally settled down a little bit, and I was finally able to sleep, at least for a couple hours anyway. And I wake up and the whole hell's breaking loose. Maybe in one aspect I would have been pissed off at Trump, or maybe another aspect I would have been cheering that Trump got killed or hurt. And no, he got blood, and so is the fans. This is going to get more and more personal. This is becoming more and more terrifying. Maybe at a different aspect or a different time, I would have been saying, who cares? And the thing is, Rev, as much as I hate the son of a bitch, I care. If somebody hated him a hell of a lot worse. This was a sniper shot. This wasn't personal and close. Every time they keep having these rallies, there's always metal detectors all around. This was a shot at him that somebody tried to take with a long rifle, apparently. It wasn't a 50 cal, smaller than that, but still did its job. They were trying to they were trying to kill him. I don't like him. But right now, my thoughts and prayers are for him and his family. I could probably say that or ask, is this. I think God and Jesus would say, yeah, it's appropriate. Something's changed inside of me, Reverend. I guess a lot more compassion, a lot more empathy. Empathy for my enemy. There was an old She-Ra cartoon. Part of the Masters of the Universe collection. She-Ra was the sister to He-Man. Filmation had a long history since the 60s all the way through the 90s of creating live, but mostly cartoons. Live action and cartoons. One of them, kind of profound. The creator of it all. It was something like Lou Sher, I think. I don't know. But he had Christian values being produced on the shows. Things that kids would look at and understand about what good and evil is. And one of them, I think both of the He-Man and She-Ra series was, you know, you have to have a little bit of compassion and empathy for your enemy. One of the episodes I was reminded of, an evil villain on She-Ra's series, a representative of an intergalactic invader going on a planet called Etheria. Anyway, he was dying because one of his henchmen was trying to get rid of him. And nobody would care about old Hordak. And She-Ra was trying to find a way to save his ass. Because that's who She-Ra was. She was a hero, but she had empathy for her villain. But she didn't want him to die. The rebel group was trying to get rid of the Horde so they can live on the planet in peace. But they were in a constant state of war with the Horde. Long story on this, the story arc on her and He-Man. The point of it is, in this story, this one episode, She-Ra started to cry for her enemy. She didn't like the guy, but she felt like nobody cared about the guy. And that's what made her sad to where she was crying. I think, in a way, it was something to be, a message to be sent. Even though they may have done you wrong, it's still okay to have a little sympathy and empathy towards your antagonizer. Feel a little empathy and humanity for him or her. In the end, Hordak regained his life because she cried for the guy, and it was the thing necessary. Somebody's going to be shedding tears for Hordak. It was she did. Greatest nemesis to Hordak was She-Ra, and she found humanity and compassion. Hordak got better. The things got the same thing, back to normal. But it's a childlike way of looking at things. But this isn't childlike. Not with the Trump situation. Not with this one. There's blood in the water. Worse than a shark fest. Trump is mortal. This is proven in more than one way. Somebody had that much anger and vitriol. They'll find the guy. They'll either imprison him or they'll shoot him. If he's dead already, that's one thing. But if he's in custody, he's foobar. He's foobar. And I'm just as anxious and going nuts. This will be the ticket for him to get in office. Because they'll be having sympathy for Horak on this one. And Horak's not going to play. No, he's going to get meaner and uglier at this point. So is the fans. So is the sycophants. Somebody just bumped this up to another level. We're in for it this year. As much as I don't like the guy. But I expected somebody to take him out. Now it's not going to be possible. I'm saying it's not going to be possible for someone to take out Trump that easily. Not at this stage, not when they failed the first time. Somebody else will try to do it, or maybe not, but he will be worse off than anything else. Reverend, a wounded animal is a dangerous beast. Trump is going to get sympathy from his fans, his sycophants like crazy. But everybody else has been going against him. Either they'll be cheering like crazy or else they're going to feel the shockwaves on this one way or another. I already am feeling the shockwaves just by watching the thing and just by seeing what the hell happened to him. There's a lot of things and a lot of representations being shown right now. He's going to use this as a political situation where he's thinking that Biden did this. He's going to use this. The sycophants are already working on that one. They think Biden already shot him. Tried to take him out in the politics. This is one way for Trump to get in office. Somebody had to do it. They couldn't see the consequences on this situation. They couldn't see the consequences of their fucking actions at this point. What were they thinking? This is a Russian situation. This is a frickin' Russian situation. We do not assassinate our opposition. In a polarizing situation like this, you do not do this. We just crossed into territories these people weren't even thinking of. Oh God. Oh God Almighty. What the hell have we done to ourselves now? The anger, the shock, the frustration, the rage. At the shooter. What was this moron thinking? We just put ourselves into the hands of Putin. We just turned ourselves into a banana republic at this point. With just one piece of lead aimed at Trump. If they had succeeded, if they had made its mark instead of making another mark. This was a lone wolf. This was not Biden instituted. But if this was Biden instituted, the repercussions on this damn thing is going to be lasting for decades on this one. Oh, God Almighty. God have mercy on us all. There was a lot more anger, a lot more vitriol in this one. There was a guiding hand to put this one into a pathway we didn't expect. And I don't know. Mama, come on, baby. She's feeling something, that's for darn sure. Come here, baby. Come here, honey. Come here. Come here. Let me get you picked up. Let me get you picked up. Come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh, baby. Oh, honey. Oh, now you got a yawn on my face, huh? Oh, God Almighty, forgive us all. God Almighty, forgive us all. God be mercy. God be merciful. Reverend, we just screwed ourselves. Lone Wolf has done more damage than we possibly could understand. He's done something that we're not going to pull back on. This one's. It's like instead of dropping a small pebble into a still pond, we could see the finite ripples. No, they dropped a rock. They've dropped a boulder. And the lake went out, and the lake dried up. Exaggeration? We just haven't seen it yet. We just haven't seen it yet.